Okay, what we did here, offline, I put a little where the eyes should be. So it should be right past the beak here, and I'll go up a little bit and curvature out. Same thing on this side. Now what I did was, once you match that up on both sides, they should be looking towards you. Alright, the eyes should be looking towards you. So what I did was, I took a little V-tool, and all I did was follow that line out, because this kind of goes underneath a little bit. As you can tell here, it went underneath a little bit. If you can see that or not. And then if you have to use a knife and you don't have the V-tool, what you do, and because I do it with the knife later on again anyway, I go up, follow that out, and then I just kind of take the tip of my knife to pop that out. Now if it doesn't come out clean the first time, you do it again. Okay, and you kind of taper it. You don't make it the same depth back here as you do in the front. So we're just gonna kind of scoop that out a little bit there. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. This will look a little different. I really did the other one in a rush. I just wanted to do something a little different one evening, and I had so many good responses to it that people wanted to know how to do this eagle head. And it's really not that difficult once you get the basics down on it. I'm going to go in a little further, and I'm just going to notch off the very top. Alright. See, now that's a little higher than that over here. Let me take a look back here for a second to measure it. Yeah, it's pretty close. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is, if you want to still trim it back a little bit, you can. I think it's pretty good the way it is. We can bring this down a little bit more. I like things that look a little more rounded. These are all from the series of the Eagle series. I mean the sitting series blanks. This is, you do multiple projects with this blank. Okay, so we have that done. So the next thing is to put the eye in. So a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch or so. We just kind of want to put an eye in here. Alright. Same thing over here. Now you're not putting the whole eyeball, because some of it's tucked underneath, you know, underneath him there. So take a look at it and look, see if it's looking at you, which it is. Okay. And let me see, and again I measure everything with my finger to give me an idea. If I'm off a little bit here. So alright, so that's how that goes. And to make the eye, it's pretty simple. I use my spray again. I'll spray it, and then I'll take a sharp pointed knife. Make sure it's, when you spray it like this, you got to make sure your knives are really, really sharp. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow this, okay? And we're going to just pop that out. From the top side down. I always do from the top down, from the eyeball. You kind of trim the eyeball off a little bit first. Alright, and then from there I just do a little bit underneath. Now if you really want to get fancy, the eagle has like a brow, not a brow, like an eyelid that follows it all the way around. You can put that in, because if you look closely at an eagle, it will have that. And but this is a caricature. I'm not doing it verbatim what it should be. I'll do the other eye as well. And then really we have the eagle head done, except for texturing it and stuff yet. So we'll do that next. Well, I mean, we'll do the rest of it. Okay, so that's how it should look. Alright, now this here, if you want, you can trim this out a little bit, and I will do that with the knife for a change. The other one I didn't do. Okay, and what I do is I just take a knife and I follow it very, very carefully. And what I do there is I just go ahead and I make a little little V cut on either side. I'm going to do it back here so I can see it better. There you go. Alright, and we'll do the other side. From where it starts to turn up here, you just want to make a little indentation, just a little stop cut, and then just do the little V cut out of it. From the bottom up first, a little bit from the top, to make it distinct. So that's what it looks like. Alright? That looks good. Alright, I'm happy with that. So we're gonna pop this in here a little bit to get it like it's going in to the face here. There we go. And alright. It looks a little mean, but that's the way they're supposed to kind of look. And then I'll clean this up at the bottom here. Alright, so now I'm going to trim this down, part of the body, right? Remember, we want that indentation up here, so you don't want to make it completely flat. We'll go over here, we'll do the same thing. Alright. Now this is square, okay? Let me zoom the camcorder back out. It is square. Like I said, I did this kind of in a rush the one night, just for something fun to do, and away from doing the lovely Santas. And I will do Santas again eventually if I come up with a different thing. What I want to do is take all the rough stuff off. Okay, I'm going to go down here and keep going around. And now here in the back, it should have a little bit of a roundedness up here. So let's just trim a little bit of this off here. Okay. And then I'm going to scoop it out a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Alright, just like so. And then I'm going to trim all this down, get rid of these corners. Let me wet it a little bit. The wood's a little harder than I'd like today. I don't know why. It must be me, not the wood so much. Okay, so we have the head done. And I'll go ahead and paint it tonight so you'll see what it looks like when we get it done. But it should look similar to what I've done. And it's like I always say, I can't always duplicate one piece with another. So we're going to just kind of go up here and trim this out. This would make a nice bottle stopper. You can even use it as an ornament at Christmas time if you like. These 3-inch things, there's so many things you can do with it. So I'm just trimming things down a little bit, trying to not look so blocky before we put the flag portion and the rest of his feathers on the bottom. Now if you look at an eagle's head, they have a pointed white feathers for the head. I was very fortunate to have seen eagles for the first time this year in my life. In fact, we have a couple right around